Hello YouTube fans, here again. And as I did one before about a parallel universe with Dias and what if Bobby wasn't to leave Dias, originally, and you know what I mean, well leave there. I mean if Bobby wasn't to come back with the famous shower scene. This one inspired me now. This one inspired me. That being, what if Bruce Lee was alive? What if he lived? Right? Now, I do know there's been this stupid debate about Bruce Lee and how he passed away. And a lot of people said he drank too much water, right? Number one, yeah, he had water, but it wasn't that. We all know what Bruce Lee died of now. He was allergic to a paracetamol, had an allergic reaction, and it killed him. He had a headache, he went to lie down, had a paracetamol, and that's what killed our mate, the legend, Bruce Lee. You really want to know that? Good DVD here. It's a biography called The Legend, right? It's called The Legend. Shows you the day he was born. It shows you how he got started. It shows you everything. Everything you need to know about Boosie from the day he was born to the day he died. Everything, to every film, everything. This biography is a damn good biography. Seriously, seriously. I'm not selling this DVD. It's a damn good biography of Bruce Lee. But that's not why I'm speaking. Let's say, right, Bruce Lee lived, right? And he had this allergic reaction, none of this happened, and he lived to do this to film what did he say? Being Dame of Death, right? So we go past Dame of Death, I might talk about that another time. Because I would love to see the Dame of Death, what Bruce Lee was going to do. Unlike the 1978 one, the one what Bruce Lee originally was going to do in 72 would be interesting. It'd be interesting, but this is a different topic. Let's say Bruce Lee lived, right, and Jackie Chan was still famous, still doing the movies, let's say like Peace Story, Armour of God, all that, and he was still making in doing them with Golden Harvest, right? Now we all know like that, for people who may not know this, Bruce Lee appeared with, I was going to say Jackie Chan, sorry, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan appeared in a couple of Bruce Lee films. I'm not making this up. His first career, he was a stuntman, right? He was a stuntman. And there's a famous scene where Bruce Lee kicks the villain out of a window in Fist of Fury, right? That was Jackie Chan licking through himself out of that window. I shit you not. Then in Enter the Dragon, there's a scene where Bruce Lee's got to die by the hair and he snaps his neck again. That was Jackie Chan, who was famous for doing his own stunts. And I think, rightly, when Fist of Fury was being made, Bruce Lee was really impressed by the fact he did his own stunt. And he actually said to Jackie Chan that one day he's going to be famous. Now, when Bruce Lee passed away, as we all know, goodbye after I might as well saw it again. There was a lot of Bruce Lee imitators. There was a lot of people trying to imitate the man, Bruce Lee. And Jackie Chan was one of them. But Jackie Chan wanted to have his own identity, didn't want to be another Bruce Lee imitator. And Golden Harvest, same company what discovered, right then said the same company what discovered Bruce Lee, decided to give Jackie Chan a shot. This is what I'm getting at. This is what I'm getting at. What if Bruce Lee lived and Jackie Chan was still famous, right? And he was still making big films with Golden Harvest, and the company being Raymond Chow decided why not have Bruce Lee appear with Jackie Chan. That's something I'd love to have seen. Something I'd love to have seen. So they make it sort of like a Lethal Weapon sort of film, right? With lots of action and martial arts and all this. And it's in the 80s. Because think about it, the 80s was a good day of action films. You know what I mean? You had a lot of date stars. You had Sylvester Stallone. You had John Ford Van Damme. You had Arnold Schwarzenegger. You had all these day action stars in the 80s. So wouldn't it have been fucking cool to have Bruce Lee, still alive, let's say, and Jackie Chan in a martial art film? When you think about it, Bruce Lee was alone when he died. He was what? He was 32. So this going into let's say about early or mid 80s, he would have been in his 40s and Bruce Lee would have lived. and Jackie Chan was what, a couple of years longer. So I would love to see what it would have been like, because I would love to see what Bruce Lee would have been like if he got into the 80s. I mean, if he got into the 80s. So you have like an action buddy cop film, right? You've got Bruce Lee, an over-the-edge cop, and you've got Jackie Chan, a cop what likes to keep it smooth and keep it fresh, and you've got Bruce Lee, an over-the-edge cop who kick the shit out of people who give him shit. And he teams up with Jackie Chan. At first, they don't like one another, but then as the film goes on, they get to like one another. I mean, very similar to Lethal Weapon. And they've got to deal with drug dealers. And they've got an epic fight scene. There's a couple of fight scenes where him and Bruce have a fight, but you don't know who's going to fight, who's going to win the fight. And it has a really awesome ending. And I'd love to have seen that. If Bruce Lee was still alive, I'd love to see what it would have been like if Bruce Lee appeared in a Jackie Chan film. Would Jackie Chan still would have been famous if Bruce Lee was alive? You know what I mean? I've always been a big fan of Bruce, but you know what I mean? Before I ever saw Bruce Lee films, I grew up watching all the Jackie Chan films, whether it be Peace Story, whether it be The Armour of God, whether it be Peace Story 2, I reviewed weeks ago, same as Armour of God. I grew up watching some of the early Jackie Chan films, you know what I mean? The dubbing wasn't the best, but I remember the days of Golden Arfice, when I did a lot of them. And it was only in my later days I grew up watching Bruce Lee films. The first Bruce Lee I saw was this on video, The Legend. And I loved it. And I thought, who is this guy? I knew he died. I knew he died very young, in his early 30s, 32. And I'd love to see him. So the last one I saw was Dame of Death 2, which I don't know why the fuck they cast it as a Bruce Lee film, because it's not a Bruce Lee film. All they did was show cutaways of all the films he did, and the character Billy Lowe gets killed halfway in the fucking film, and you got this guy imitating Bruce Lee. I mean, it's good fight scenes in it, and it's very good automated fight scenes, but is it a Bruce Lee film? And it's only to my later days, so I saw Enter the Dragon, and I loved it. I still love it today. And I loved what I seen The Big Boss, and then I saw Fist of Fury, then I saw Ray of the Dragon, with Bruce Lee's fight with Chuck Norris, and I thought it was fucking awesome. And Game of Death, isn't really a Bruce Lee film. There's only bits in it where you do see the real Bruce Lee. The rest of it, again, like Game of Death 2, it was just fucking lookalikes. That's why I'd love to have seen it if Bruce would have lived. But I'd love to see what it would have been like, let's say, in the Topical Universe, if Bruce Lee was alive and he appeared with a Jackie Chan film. But Jackie Chan still would have been big, let's say. How fucking awesome that would have been in the 80s and all, let's say, if Bruce Lee would have lived. What it would have been like had he would have carried on. And what would the films would have been like, you know what I mean? You had Date Stars then, you know what I mean? You had, instead of repeating myself, you had Arnold Schwarzenegger, you had Sylvester Stallone, you had John Ford Van Damme, you had Dolph Lundgren. The list goes on. You had so many fucking action films in the 80s. So I just think it would have been awesome. And it's just the same, a big star, doing his prime, fit and healthy, kicking ass, being the man Bruce Lee. And I also love Jackie Chan and on. And, you know, I just love to see what it'd been like if he would have lived, them appearing in an action film. But we'll never know. But into them, be smart, be safe. And there's some more stuff like this and more movies on the way. And if you like what you see, press that Matic button and give me a Matic sub or a thumbs up or a nice comment. It'd be nice to hear off you. But into them, be smart, be safe. See you later.